What's going on, everybody? Toby1 Shinobi here, and today we're doing an Inside the Mind in a game of solos of Chapter 6 Star Wars. The final update, I believe, it has the Starship Destroyer, where you can get inside that destroyer and start shooting everybody. It's got the grapple glove, it's got the rift to go, it's got the junk rift, some new items. You no longer get shockwave, some wind sprites. So things have changed a bit, and this is a pretty interesting gameplay. It is a pubs game, but it really almost plays like a ranked game because the end game got pretty intense, so definitely watch till the end because it's pretty fun. I'm going to be dropping really good tips and tricks throughout the entire video to help you elevate your own game, so let's get right into it. We are going to drop in at the first order base right off the bus. We're going straight in. In pubs, I generally like to drop in at first order and get the F11 because the mythic F11 is just crazy. The medallion is really nice as well for taking down spaceships, the TIE fighters, and the X-Wings because you need a lot of ammo to take those things down because they buff the health on them, which is kind of ridiculous, but yeah. So there we go. We already got the grapple glove in our inventory. Awesome. And a DC-15. As I'm coming in here, I'm watching for gliders. Always watch for gliders on your drop. I see one glider coming in above me, and I see two pairs of footsteps. Now, I drop here all the time, so I know that these footsteps are the guards. I see a guy on a grind rail right here, so I'm hoping that I can possibly catch this guy out in a bad position, and that's why I go straight up with this glove, just to see what's going on, because he might be like out in the middle of this open hill or something, and I figure, hey, might as well get this guy off height while I might not have any weapons, right? I don't see him, so I just go straight back down, and we see a Jawa shotgun, and now we just sit, because in his mind, he sees someone swinging around, he sees me go down here, and now he's gonna see those two footsteps of the guards, and he might think it's me, so I'm just gonna sit here, see what happens. If he drops, I'm gonna pump him with the Jawa, and there we go. He takes the bait, looking for us, and looks like he had some pretty good heals on him. He was full health, so lucky we ratted him like that. Now we're gonna go ahead and take out the guards. Easy peasy. Take the shield pot from him. Very nice that he has shield pot because a lot of times you drop into this area, there's just like no health to be found, no shields to be found unless you drop in a different area. That is the one bad part about where I drop in over here. But I do like this spot a lot because you can always catch the medallion leaving out the back side of this area from the jump pad. And also it's just like a lot safer. You don't have all the action going on if you take the front of the mountain or the back mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and come down here, looking right to see if anyone's coming down this doorway. Nobody is. Checking again, and now we're gonna start looking towards the boss. All right, so as we come in here, we see a guy get killed by a fake stormtrooper, real player, and then they get launched by Phasma's grenade like over here, and I had no idea that they're over here. I thought they were over here by the porta potty. He's behind me right now. I didn't know it. He hits me really hard, and we win this fight because we have good damage uptime. We focus on firing our weapons a lot, trying to get off his screen where we can. Some pretty simple camera breaks, but the most important part of this fight is how much damage I'm dealing the whole time and how much pressure I'm putting out. He spends a lot of time in these animations that are not doing him any good, especially when he's all the way out here, because this makes him very easy to track. When he goes for this camera break, he really should have just played this cover right here, stood and used this against me, taken this fight and not gone for camera break because it's just too easy to track. We're gonna use that grapple glove to get out of the spot because I don't know if there's other players nearby. I'm just gonna get moving. I don't want to be like an easy target to get shot from the back because I think that there's a guy where I just pinned right there, and we're gonna go ahead and take this zip, get a little angle from the air so that I'm not peeking out and getting shot easily, and just try to land some damage on Phasma. Then I see a bunker right here, so I'm like, sweet, let's grab that, and then we'll throw it to cover, you know, that angle. We'll grab the items, we'll sort our inventory, get the bunkers, and now just get out of here as fast as we can. And here come the other people, the third party. Here's a guy on a glider, so what I decide to do is go low. Now this grapple glove, you gotta be really careful with it because if somebody shoots you, you fall out of the grapple animation and you take fall damage. So you gotta stay near like places where you're not gonna get killed. So if I get shot right now, I'm just gonna fall down here. It's not going to kill me, and I'm trying to block the line of sight from this guy up above. We also got a TIE fighter moving in, so we kind of just got everybody after us, I think. We go down this hill, and notice we have a cooldown. So this is one thing about the grapple glove is you basically cannot be grounded for too long. You basically have to keep grabbing things every like 1 second. If you touch the ground, you can be on the ground for almost a second, and then you got to grab something else. But you see how these like little like four quadrants of the circle, these gray quadrants, as soon as you touch the ground, they start like disappearing right there. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and if you don't grab something in time, then you're gonna get stuck on a long cooldown, and that's what happens here. I don't grab anything because I decided to go straight down the hill. I don't want to get shot out, and I was giving myself too much of an angle. If I keep slapping around over here, he's probably gonna shoot me in the back because at this point he's right behind me, and I want to go down and use one of these bunkers to kind of break that line of sight better and just see what's going on. So we're gonna look up the hill, look for him, not really seeing him, and I'm looking for options here. I'm waiting for my grapple glove to come back, the cooldown. There he is. I put a little bit of damage out, but he hits me me really hard. And now I'm thinking, okay, what are my options here? I can't really go out in a straight line because he's gonna shoot me in the back. I feel like I need to put a little more pressure on him so he knows that I'm not gonna just go down without a fight. And then we're gonna go try to break angle as much as possible, get behind this rock, and then go down the hill. So he's getting third party, great, that's wonderful. Now we can move, and we're just gonna try to get across the map as quickly as possible. This is how to use that grapple. You can grab stuff on low ground, but just do it for half a second. Don't do the big swings. Grab stuff from height and do big swings when you're grabbing the high stuff. So low ground stuff, you just slap, and that'll like keep your forward momentum. And when I say slap, I mean just like tap it and then let release. And then the high stuff you can kind of swing off of. But yeah, don't try to swing off the low stuff. You're gonna end up skidding on the ground, and then you're gonna like lose your momentum, and you'll get that cooldown issue. So this guy's gonna go ahead and push out towards me. I recognize that I need to deal as much damage as I can right now in the air because I'm in a bad spot, and I just discovered that there's nothing to grab. I can't like get moving. So at this point, it's just an aim duel. Luckily, I did enough damage while he was in the air. We hit him with a decent shot from 15 damage and finished him up with the F11. That was a super lucky fight for me. I mean, we hit some good damage, but like honestly, this guy could have had more health and we would just lose. He caught us in a really bad spot. And now we have another player back here, which actually I think is an AI. So I can't grab the top of the mountain. Sometimes you just can't grab stuff. You gotta like, there's weird points on some things that work, but like these smooth mountains just don't work. Kind of need like sharper edges. I think that's kind of how the grapple gloves work. You need just kind of sharp edges to any kind of thing. You gotta be grabbing from points. You don't really want to be grabbing from anything smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and push out here. I'm pretty confident this is a bot. It's gonna come in here. I'm looking for that chug truck. It's not there. We're just gonna keep moving, keep our eyes open, looking for heals, and try not to get third party because we do have the medallion and we're everybody's favorite target. Go ahead and hit some slaps, and then unfortunately find a med kit. Okay, we're just gonna get healed up, and now the Star Destroyer portal is open. So this is a new feature, a new mechanic in this update is that a portal, just a single portal on the map opens up. One player can go through it, and then they get onto this Starship Destroyer, and they get to just basically carpet bomb the lobby. They see these little red triangles on the map, and those red triangles correspond to people, and they just basically aim at those people and just shoot at them, and it takes like maybe 2 or 3 shots. I think it hits for like almost 120 damage per shot. Kind of feels like you're dropping bombs. Basically, you're just shooting giant blasters down at people for 120 damage. Picking up some pretty easy kills. So the best thing to do when this happens is get to indestructible cover, like caves, get under buildings that have like foundations that can't be broken, that sort of thing. We are not going to make it to the portal, and if you're looking to try to make it into this portal, you want to be near the center of the map, kind of near like Seaport or like Foxy Floodgates, anywhere like near the center. And if you're in like a TIE fighter, that'll probably help because you'll be able to fly directly to the point, but you still don't have great odds of getting like say 50 people up in your lobby. Right now we're at 38, and there it is, the Starship Destroyer. This is the first time I've seen it, and it is pretty terrifying to see. I remember I was actually freaking out here, like, oh my god, this is my first game of the update. So we're just looking for some shields. I'm not really sure how easy I am to target, but this player only has 1 minute and 30 seconds. So once you get on the Star Destroyer, you only have 1 minute and 30 seconds to shoot people. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip forward here. Nothing really happens, I don't think, except for seeing this destroyer get closer. And we're just gonna try to stay a little bit wider on this because we're like, wait, maybe he can see us. I think you can kind of see where they're looking based off of those cannons right there that they're shooting. So it looks like they're kind of shooting backwards. So I'm just gonna sit in this little valley here. My plan was to try to be in this valley, but then I was like, wait, this is actually not a good angle. So let me just move again. I'm not really sure where I need to be. This seems safer. Now he's back in the game. I think you just come back down through a rift. And yeah, we're just gonna get moving again. So we see a TIE fighter in the distance. We break line of sight by getting in this bush. We wait for him to not be angled towards us. Now we start shooting, and that gives us a little more damage time. Now we're gonna swing out and be hard to hit, try to get some high momentum, make it hard for him to chase us. And then we're gonna try to grapple onto him. And you can grapple onto these things, I believe, and catch up to them, but he ascends, and I don't think you can really pull it in, unfortunately. You have to keep grabbing it in order to pull closer. So that's not working. Now I'm just trying to hide, deal some damage. We get behind this indestructible cover. This is great, except for the splash damage is getting us. So we're just kind of being a nuisance, trying to move fast here. Get to a new spot, hit that little lily pad too. And now he's out of his thing. We just get a little quick reposition so he doesn't smack us. And now we're gonna play this indestructible cover right here and just look for a little easy shot. Just gonna pull out the lightsaber, because he's not carrying a shotgun. You should always be carrying a shotgun unless you've got the Mythic F11. But even if you got Mythic F11, I have so much mobility in the game now, having a shotgun is pretty important. When the season first started, I felt like having a shotgun wasn't really necessary because there was such a lack of mobility that it was like hard for people to just jump on your head, right? So you can control fights a little more. Now things are a little different. There's a lot of mobility in the game. We're gonna go ahead and just loot through Flooded Frogs. Just a quick tip here. In Flooded Frogs, there is a little secret spot right here if you didn't know about it. This also has a porta potty that goes to here, which is pretty ideal. I think it's in the southwest corner. You take a porta potty and it takes you down below into this little room that has lots of heals, barrels, and 2 chests. All right, so we're gonna hit that, and this is where that porta potty takes you, where you come out of. So yeah, it's that southwest corner. And we see footsteps, a car coming in right here. So again, we instantly hit some little momentum. We throw down a bubble, and now we're playing a bubble fight. Recognize that he jumps over us outside the bubble, and we just catch him in a little animation right there. And that is why you don't want to be doing too many animations in these fights when you're running around jumping, because you're easy to get caught and you're not firing your weapon. You don't have your weapon out. So playing this back really quick, I'm just trying to defend him walking into this bubble. I've got a Jawa, which hits like a truck. All I need to do is land like a good shot. He jumps over the entire bubble, so I know I need to get out, and I need to play like this tree as cover. And then I'm gonna go ahead and slide back in. Now sliding is great because it's gonna take you in quick. You're not gonna be stuck in the animation where you're floating through the air. It's gonna be a lot harder for them to track you, right? So we go for that slide. We hit him hard. We don't get any like headshot damage, but I'm pretty sure we just smacked him pretty dang hard right here. I'm not even sure how much damage it was for, but yeah, it was like, you know, almost all the pellets to the foot. So it's like, oh, at least 100 damage. We got him cracked, and now we're trying to play edge of bubble. And again, this is the mistake he makes, is getting into the sprint animation. Jumping super high like this, it's just like kind of death. Like he's got to cut that animation quickly. You can cut this by just letting go of your forward key and you'll pull out your weapon, but he doesn't do that. He does like one of those leaping jumps, right? And those leaping jumps get you in this animation where you're like sprint jumping with your arms waving. Just let go forward and you're gonna pull out your gun to be able to shoot. But I recognize that he's way out there, outside of cover, in an animation, no gun out, and that's an easy finish. All right, so we just go ahead and loot him. We decide to pick up both mythic ARs, and I think that's a good choice. Honestly, the A280 is awesome at long range, F11 is great at medium range, and the Jawa just hits like crazy. So until I find better mobility, I'm just gonna rock these things. This guy tries to pull up on us. He's gonna leave. We see another pair of footsteps. We don't want to be monkey in the middle, so I rotate around to not be in between both these players. And I notice the other guy leaves, and I'm feeling like these are bot footsteps, and it is indeed a bot. We just eliminate that guy quick with a little sliding shot. And just like a little small recap here is like, kind of figure this guy was a bot. If he wasn't, I'm still gonna come in here with a nice slide and just deal as much damage as I can, line up this shot. Notice how I'm lining up the reticle right on this and just taking a shot, like a quick easy slide shot followed by the F11. I was pretty confident that I'm gonna win that, given the fact that I have the mythic F11, which does insane amount of damage. Even if I don't use a shotgun, I could probably win that if it was a real player. All right, so we see this guy in the car getting out, so we're gonna try to land in his car and pickaxe him. So now we're in a car fight, and I'm only getting better at car fights. I've been studying more and more car fights, and we've been practicing them in our master trainings. And one thing that you want to do a lot is seat swap and then drive for little like short little bursts and then stop the car so they think you're leaving, and then you instantly get out of the car and shoot again. So you'll see right here, let's just see what kind of moves we do. We go for the pickaxe. We notice that he gets out of the car, so we just drive it, but look how far we drive, just a little bit. We break the window so that we can shoot him next time we get out, and then we just get right back in once we see him get out. We don't take too much risk. We have our head covered by the car, so like you know, he could hit a good shot right here if he did pull out his shotgun fast enough, but by the time that he kind of gets lined up, we just get back in the car. So again, this is that thing where we do the quick little boost. Look, I do a quick boost and then I exit, and he thinks I'm gonna be leaving, but I stop the car and now he gets in. The windows are all broken and I'm just in front of him, and this is like the worst place I can be for this guy, because when you've got, you know, reticle on the window, all the windows broken, no matter which side he gets out of, I'm gonna be able to hit him pretty dang easily. All I have to do is keep my reticle center, and then I just aim left or right and he's gonna get out either side, or he just drives at me and then, you know, takes the shots to the face and still dies. And that's pretty much what he tries to back up to avoid the shots, but all the windows are broken at this point, so it's just GG's. But yeah, car fighting is its own, you know, skill to learn. There's a lot to it. I do have an advanced car fighting, an advanced vehicle combat video, which is really good. Goes over a lot of the foundations for car fights, but I probably will be making another as well, because I've been studying Thieves. If you guys have watched Thieves is a really good car fighter, and I've been watching him do car fights, and I'm learning more and more from him. He's like an absolute, just, you know, master class at car fighting, dangerous in cars. All right, so we see a lightsaber, electric lightsaber, in my opinion, is the best lightsaber in the game because you can EMP vehicles. Oh, catch an AI here, and then we got, I think this actually is a real player right here. But he is missing maybe 2 bots. I don't know. I think the second one might have been real. First one was not. So we get this electric lightsaber, shock lightsaber, whatever you want to call it. Palpatine lightsaber. Really good for shutting down vehicles. Also just frying people when you catch them off guard. It takes a little bit of time to start it up. Basically has like a little bit of auto aim and you can just fry with it. Let's go ahead and start shooting this tank to get it hurt enough where we can just break through it with our car, heal ourselves up. And then we're just trying to go to this gas station and oh, whoops. I was laughing pretty hard on stream here because I thought that I just killed myself by just driving into that all crazy. We're okay. And yeah, we don't have a car anymore, but we do see this X-Wing and we're definitely going to grab that and just start hunting players. I like to get in the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters and just shoot randomly to hopefully make people shoot at me, because if they see me shooting at some other direction other than them, maybe they'll shoot at me and reveal their location, in which case I can just drop on their head and fight them, right? So it's kind of what we're doing here. We're looking for people, and there we go. Someone shoots at us. We just start spraying them. They actually run away from their car, which is not the move here. This guy did pretty much the worst thing you could do, which is run out in the open when an X-Wing is looking at you. He definitely should have played just like any of this cover. Just drop back or just get in the car and just drive to cover. Just, yeah, he wouldn't have died immediately this way. But he decides to run out here and challenge. Takes 175 damage, and then we just get out and line up the shot. Now, he cannot get in the X-Wing immediately. That's one thing I want to note is when you jump out of the X-Wing after you hurt somebody, you have like maybe probably 1 second, 2 seconds before they can enter it, unless you land it flat. It's kind of gonna get down on its legs and get in a flat position before you can enter it. Otherwise, you're gonna be like flipping it. So he can't get in right now and probably trying, which I know. So that's why I get out immediately. I aim downwards and I'm exiting as we approach the ground, and then I'm just lining up the shot and easy kill. Now it can be entered, and we're just moving quick because a lot of times when an X-Wing goes down, you'll have third parties jump on it, and we're just gonna get to moving. There is a chug jug there, but I'm only missing 20 HP, and honestly, I just want to keep hunting people. So we're gonna get going. We don't really care about keeping our X-Wing healthy. We really just want to find fights. So we get shot at a little bit from this direction. We throw the X-Wing into the building to hopefully maybe break some walls and see if we can find him in here. And we see footsteps. Turns out this was a real player that I kind of thought was a bot at first. He's sitting on a left shoulder peak, so that's not great, but I guess these bars keep him from a right shoulder. But yeah, he gives away his location here, and then we do a quick little slide across the door so that we're not easy to get shot. And we find him, and then we do a flip over the door to just break camera. So now he's like, wait, where is he? And we line up a quick shot for 150, and then I'm just like, let's just finish this thing, just try to land as much damage with the spray as I can, get up in his face, and just finish the fight. He hits us pretty good. You know, not the best fight, but not the worst either. So then we use our lightsaber to break the barrels. Lightsaber is really, really good for breaking barrels and structures and whatever. So I always recommend just using the lightsaber if you got one, just to break stuff. Like literally 2 hits will pretty much break any structure. So if you're trying to get through walls or whatever, just do that. We're gonna go ahead and bubble up our vehicle here so we don't get blown up, just because we have 4 bubbles. And we see footsteps on the left here. We're gonna go ahead and jump into a flip and then just start doing the Palpatine, charge that up, and just fry this guy before he can even react. So Palpatine electricity is crazy damage per second, as you see there, and really good for catching people off guard. They're not looking right at you, you know, you're not winding that thing up or charging it up. It's really, really effective. So I like to use it with jetpack if you get over people's heads. If you watch my jetpack video, you know how crazy busted the jetpack is because it's got no visual audio, which is absolutely insane and allows you to just do war crimes from the air, things that like shouldn't even be possible with these lightsabers and EMPs, etc. So right here, we're rolling up and we see Vader stand there and some other guy stand still. We hit a few decent shots, not enough to really get too crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and bubble this corner to possibly play it as cover and be able to come out on this left shoulder, because if I take this left shoulder and he has a right shoulder, that'd be bad for me if he hits me with a sniper or something like that. That allows me to look around the corner, and we're just gonna start breaking this wall right here. He's inside actually, so that's cool. We're gonna start frying. This also breaks cover really well too. We decided to just keep put the pressure on because we had dealt like 100 before, and now we're in a little bit of a bunker fight. I'm trying to decide how to move through this without getting like a really hard hit. I don't want to get pumped by a Jawa and not know which one's which, because there's Vader and then there's the real player, and I'm not sure which one's which here. So I don't want to get hit really hard. I'm trying to keep a little bit of distance so that that doesn't happen. He is just moving crazy. He shocks out, and then Vader pulls us back. And we saw in this fight, in the distance, I saw another player at some point. So I'm not sure where I saw the player, but that's when I was like, okay, I'll just go after this other guy because he probably doesn't expect me to go after him. Right there. See this guy right here? So I saw that guy, I picked it up, and that's why I'm kind of like throwing this bunker down right here, and I accidentally go outside of it, but trying to cover my back while I take this fight. And now we're looking for the other guy. And unfortunately, Vader griefs us, breaks our bush, and the other guy has decent aim, so he's going to start hitting us. I'm thinking about starting to fight Vader, but I'm like, I'm going to pinch right now. I don't know where this guy is, and now he hits us some more. He's got some pretty decent aim, so best thing we can do right now is just get this over our head. We're running out of stamina. We don't have many options here. We used all of our bunkers, and we're kind of in big trouble. All I can think of right now is having this guy drop down and then me climb up and then be able to run away, because he might not be as good with lightsabers, or he might not have any mobility to get back up. So I'm trying to bait him to jump down. He's not quite doing it, and at this point he was going to have the angle, so I'm just like, all right, we're just out of here. And look, he does drop, which does buy us a little bit of time just to get a little more distance. We're going to hold that guard out to try to block shots as we move backwards. That's one thing with these lightsabers that's incredible, is you can actually block shots while moving, doing backflips, jumping in the air. Just aim towards them and press that alternate fire button. Trying to break line of sight here. We see him go towards that bush, and we just need distance because we got nothing, and now we're down at 50 HP, and we're looking for him, and people know where I am because I've got medallion right now. So I just need to keep moving and try to find heals as fast as I can. I come upon this little shack here, find some minis and some barrels, which is amazing. It's exactly what we need to get back in the game. Go ahead and break the floor to break all the barrels at once, and then we start kind of looking around here. And you know, if this was ranked, I would probably just sit in this bush or play this mountain, but I'm not that passionate. I'm not really trying that hard to win the game. I want to get active, and plus I don't like that guy for shooting me, so you know, I decided to just leave my beautiful spot here, I think. But yeah, we hear gunshots over here, so we start heading that way, and what do you know, our good old friend catches us when we run out of complete stamina right here. So we're trying to save stamina by sprint sliding, but those sprint jumps kill your stamina. So that sprint jump right there wipes out all my stamina. And look at this guy, man. This passion level is pretty serious. He's like blended in well with the trees, so I just don't even like see him right here until it's like, oh whoa, too late. He lights me up pretty good. I miss a shotgun shot. Game is bugging, just stuttering everywhere, and we're just trying to get away. I'm gonna start blocking a couple shots as I slide down the hill, try to break angles here. Just using that jump, the sideways jump, doesn't burn as much stamina, and when you have your lightsaber out, you also regenerate stamina faster. Keep that lightsaber out when you got low stamina, or when you're out of stamina, and it will recharge almost instantly. So we do 2 double flips to the left while still holding out the guard. We still get hit once, but we are hanging on by a thread here, and I am out of stamina, just doing those little, like, you know, bunny hops to get into cover. We've got another player shooting us from the back. It is not looking good. I think he's in this bush, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do at this point, so I'm just gonna start electrifying this bush because I think he's in here. Turns out it's an AI. That's a bummer because I probably could have just avoided that guy, but at least it's done, and it causes this guy to run out into a kill lane like an absolute genius, which, I mean, I may have done the same thing, honestly. I'm so hurt here that you would expect me to die and not be ready for a fight, but I know that this guy's coming. As soon as we finish this fight, I'm like, all right, this guy's pushing, and this right here is a beautiful opportunity to set up a little right shoulder peek on somebody just aggressively pushing in a straight line. He literally makes himself the easiest target ever, so this guy definitely could have like at least zigzagged, and he would have killed me if he would have just chosen to go at like a 45-degree angle on the push instead of straight at me, because that makes it incredibly easy to hit all my shots. And we're just looking for health now. We pop this mini, but we're in a 5-tick, pick up another mini, and we drop that AR. Unfortunately, we're trying not to get killed by storm, but I probably should have kept the scoped AR there, but because going into the zone, this guy's got a mountain, which I already knew was gonna happen. Somebody's already up there, so now we're down in the bush. This guy knows we're down here, and I'm just trying to think of what to do here. We've got to rotate, so my best bet is just to swing around, try to kind of make it as hard as possible for him to hit me. Just keep grabbing things, staying under the tree cover here, break line of sight, and then we're just gonna go under and see if I can get him to drop. I'm hoping that he would drop. He's not, so I just need to find heals. I decided to go over here. So going to that other side makes him come out and look at me over there, and now I'm allowed to move to this side to try to find some heals. So we go ahead and loot through all this stuff, and we don't find any heals, but we do find bubbles. Oh, we do find, yes, actually 3 barrels, so that's nice. And again, we're breaking with lightsaber. At this point, I decide to take the scoped AR over the F11 because I know I'm going to find myself in a situation where I'm really going to want that scope. Scoped AR is just like, you know, it's true. Like, the shots land. The F11 at close range, the shots land, but even at mid range, like, you're missing a lot of shots. We can't afford to miss shots, and we've got a guy on height here, so we're really going to need a scope weapon to challenge him at range. So we're going to go ahead and get down over here. We see 2 guys fighting. I'm trying to get up here with this this glove, but I'm running out of charges, and he's right on the peak. I can't get out there. I'm trying to jump right now, but I can't move. So now we're in a bit of a situation. We're going to throw down our bubble, and we're just going to look up. Luke falls off the cliff, does the same thing I do, and this is just easy beams, but my shotgun won't shoot because, you know, Fortnite. So we got to drop the shotgun out of inventory. Check if it fixed. Yes, it did. Sweet. Now we're looking for the last player. That's one thing. If your gun just like isn't working, or if it's auto firing, just keep shooting repeatedly, drop the gun out of your inventory and then pick it up, and usually we'll fix it. Like, this is just a bug where I literally can't shoot my shotgun, which is like one of the worst bugs you could possibly have in a situation where somebody's pushing into close range. Luckily, this guy doesn't capitalize at all on this because he could have like hit me with probably just a single Jawa pump and killed me. But yeah, we kind of get lucky there. So it's working now, and now we're looking for that last player. Holding bubble, and I'm getting ready to throw another bubble down. I'm just looking at kind of where I need to move, and I know the bubble's expiring soon. There he is, and I try to throw a bubble, and it pump fakes. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but yeah, I get a lot of these weird little pump fakes. You can see me throw it right there, and it just doesn't work. It does like a little fake throw. I don't know why it does this. If anyone knows how or why that happens, please let me know, because I've had people tell me that this never happens to them with shockwaves or bubbles or whatever. Any item that is throwable for me, I do these weird little pump fakes where, like, you know, maybe like 1/10 of the time it happens where it just doesn't throw, but it can get you killed, especially with shockwaves. So we take a little extra damage, which we shouldn't have. Peek out really quick because we see this guy in an animation. So anytime someone's in an animation, they're moving and they're not shooting, they don't have their gun out, right? We catch them in a sprint, and we know that because we have like less than 100 damage, less than 100 health, we've got to be catching this guy when his gun's not on us. So we catch him, right? We see him in a sprint right here. We take a couple shots. We see him bring the gun back out, and then we duck right back into the bubble. We take a little bit of damage. He goes into another animation. We take a couple more shots. We go right back into the bubble because we cannot stand and fight this guy. He will win if we do that. At least it's likely he will. I don't know how much health he has, but I don't want to take that much risk. Now he's going for this tree, and I'm pressing aim down sights and trying to electrify him because you can fry people through these bubbles. The bubble and this lightsaber is absolutely crazy because you can actually electrify people through the bubbles. If they're in a bubble, if you're in a bubble, you just electrify them and for free. It's absolutely crazy. So that's what I was going for here. I don't know why I'm swinging. I didn't mean to be doing this, and now I'm kind of looking like a dummy. Luckily, he's not looking at me. Storm is tickling me though, and we gotta go. So we jump into a jump, and then we land, and we have our guard out properly now, and now we're gonna start frying. And this guy was so hurt. It's crazy. But the move here, which was good, is that the electricity has kind of like an auto aim to it. And also when you're getting shot by it, your whole screen is just like lighting up with blue. Really hard to fight back, and it's really hard to miss. So I'm trying to be as hard to hit as possible, land into a slide, and just get this electricity going and just start spraying, because I know that I'm going to be very, very hard to hit going down this hill laterally and vertically, right? That slope makes it very hard for him to track me and very easy for me to hit him with the electricity. And we end up clutching up and winning the game. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't as sweaty as a ranked game, but I think it was interesting end game. You know, we had to really fight for it. So yeah, it was fun. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like on it. If I've taken your game to the next level, please consider using code Toby1Shinobi in your Fortnite item shop. I know it's incredibly easy to forget about it, but please, next time you're in the item shop, if you got that box in the bottom left empty, just put any creator's name in it. It really, really helps us out. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, hi, I'm Toby1Shinobi. My main goal is to take players' zero build gameplay to a whole nother level, turn them into a certified sweat lord. And the best next step for you is to hit that subscribe button and then go check out my must-watch playlist for Fortnite zero build. And I promise you will not regret it. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching the video. Have yourself a wonderful day. Shinobi out.